Hi you guys, and welcome to my channel. In this video I'm going to show you my technique for sculpting and defining my eyebrows in a few easy steps. I've linked the products that I use to get my brows on fleek in the description box below. Thank you for watching, and I hope you learned something. Let's get started. I start by priming my eyebrows using Benefit Stay Don't Stray. This step isn't absolutely necessary, but I found that it really helps everything stay put and just last all day long. This primer is amazing, and it's also what I use to prime my eyelids and under eye areas for eyeshadow and concealer. Okay, so my best friend for eyebrows has been the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz for a while now. But she recently came out with this brow definer that I'm showing right now on the video. And you guys, this thing is a game changer. Just like the Brow Wiz, it comes with a spoolie on one end, which as you can see, I'm using to comb my brows upward. And I do this before I go in with the pencil. I recently trimmed my brows, so I don't need to do what I'm about to suggest here. But once you brush them up, you can take a small pair of scissors or shears and trim away any of those sloppy little hairs that extend above the top of the brow line. Now for the fun part. Using the brow definer from Anastasia in the shade Medium Brown, starting at the bottom side of my eyebrow, I very lightly begin to draw basically a straight line from the inside of my eyebrow to up where the eyebrow will arch. Now keep in mind that for the best results, you'll need to somewhat stick to your natural brow shape, which may be different from mine. So what you'll do is just follow along the underside of your eyebrow with the pencil. Use a really light hand at first, and then you can increase the pressure and start to get darker as you approach the arch and the tail of your eyebrow. What I love about the brow definer is that the pencil is flat on the sides, and then it comes to kind of a chiseled point on one end. And the flat side makes it a lot easier to get a clean straight line. With a standard brow pencil that has, sort of a pencil tip, it's a lot harder to draw a straight line with that. So that's why I really, really love this brow definer, because it just makes it easier. Next, a lot of people move to the top side of the same eyebrow once they have finished the underside, but I find it easier to obtain symmetry if I move to the underside of the other brow neck. Obviously, you're going to do the very same thing on that side. Starting from the inside and moving along the arch, then down the tail. You might need to extend the tail of your eyebrow a little bit. I always do this because I just think it looks better on my eyes. Next, I go back to the side I started on, and beginning on the inside again, draw a line along the hairline of the top of the eyebrow. Again, it's best to stick with the basic natural shape of your brow. But if you weren't blessed with perfect eyebrows, and most of us weren't, it's okay to exaggerate the arch a little bit or widen the eyebrow. I always make any enhancements that I'm going to make to my eyebrows to the top of the brow instead of the bottom. To get the shape that I like, I draw the top line pretty much parallel to the line I made on the bottom, making the inside half or so of my eyebrow about the same width. Once I reach the arch, I round it off, and I make the arch on the top slightly higher than the one on the bottom, and then tapering downward, you're going to connect the top line of the brow to the bottom line, creating a point. And look here, if you mess up, don't sweat it. I mess up at least a little bit every damn time. We're going to clean up the lines with concealer in the last step, so it's all good. So don't be too serious about it. Okay, after you have your basic outline, you're going to go in and fill in the inside of the brow using short strokes, sort of hair-like strokes. I don't start all the way at the inside end because I like sort of an ombre effect. I think it looks more natural. So once you fill in both sides, just make sure everything looks even and all your lines look, pretty clean and straight. Just compare your eyebrows, back and forth to make sure they're symmetrical. If you're not exactly the same on both sides, it's cool. Nobody's going to notice. Once I'm satisfied with the shape, I take the spoolie and blend to make everything look more natural. Sometimes the spoolie will sort of smear or wipe away the outlines. So I'll go back in after I go through with the spoolie and blend, I'll go back in with my Brow Wiz and sharpen the edges. Since the pencil on this thing is so itty bitty and thin, it's really great for redefining after I've laid the foundation with the definer. And you can also actually literally make it look like you have hairs that you don't, because the little strokes from the pencil look like hair. I love the brow definer and the Brow Wiz, but together they are Christmas morning, I'm telling you. My Brow Wiz is a dark brown, so that's why it looks darker in the video, because it's darker. Next, I take this little Urban Decay Basics palette and an angled eyeliner brush, and I go over my brows with eyeshadow to sort of set them and prolong the wear of the pencil. I use the shade, I don't know what the shade is, but I'll link it below. Again, I don't start all the way at the inside because I want my brows to look as natural as possible. Now, this is my favorite part. I'll take some concealer and just dab a little bit on the back of my hand. And then I use the same angled brush that I used for the eyeshadow in the previous step. You can use that. If you do, just make sure you clean it off really well so you don't get any like muddy concealer. You can use that or a flat brow defining brush. And you just dip it in the concealer and carefully clean up the brows with the concealer. This makes such a huge difference. And you'll have people asking for your eyebrow secrets, but don't tell them. Tell them about me and tell them to subscribe to my channel. I'm just kidding. No, seriously though. Okay, now you don't want just a line of concealer like around your eyebrows. So you can use the flat side of the brush and sort of feather the concealer out and blend it. And I did this on the top and the bottom, you know, with the concealer, cleaning things up. After you do this, you are done. Congratulations, your eyebrows look awesome.